Ever heard of Navassa Island? Well, don't feel bad. You're not alone. Although many people have never heard of this island before, its recorded history dates back to Columbus's time. According to online sources, the island is an uninhabited speck between Haiti and Jamaica, barely bigger than the New York City's Central Park, and it has a very bizarre and bloody history. Its history includes an ongoing territorial battle between Haiti and the US. It was also the site of an 1889 rebellion of African Americans. Here are some interesting facts to know about the island. Please do note that access to this island is strictly prohibited. Those wanting to visit Navassa Island require a special use permit that must be issued by the US military or the US Fish and Wildlife Services. Welcome back to Elite Jamaica, the place you come to learn about Jamaica and Jamaicans. If it's your first time joining me here, consider subscribing to the channel by clicking that red subscribe button, and do remember to turn on notifications by clicking that bell icon so that you never miss any of my updates. Navassa Island is a pear-shaped piece of land. Limestone, coral, and a bit of grass is present there. Navassa Island was the first recorded in history when Christopher Columbus was stranded in Jamaica during his fourth voyage. Columbus sent some of his crew members to Hispaniola, now Haiti and the Dominican Republic, to seek assistance. It is said that while on their way there, they saw Navassa Island. They called it Navassa, derived from the word Nava, or plain field. For about 350 years after Columbus's voyage, the island was not heard of again, until 1801 when Haiti claimed the sovereignty over the island by way of the country's constitution. Americans also claimed sovereignty of the island, citing Peter Duncan, a sea captain who in 1857 claimed the island as belonging to the United States by way of the Guano Act. Haiti protested the annexation of Navassa Island, but the US rejected the Haitian claim. Given that the island was uninhabited for large parts of its recorded history, it was saturated with the excrement of seabirds, which later formed the guano phosphate, which was deemed a superior organic fertilizer that became a mainstay of American agriculture. An American guano businessman living in Jamaica began selling the guano phosphate found on Navassa Island to the Navassa Phosphate Company of Baltimore. The Baltimore Company established the settlements on the island for the purpose of mining in 1865, bringing 140 African Americans to the island as contract laborers, where they set up barrack housing for the blacks as well as houses for their white supervisors. Poor working conditions on the island for African Americans resulted in the Rebellion of 1889, in which 5 white supervisors died. 18 black men were charged with the murders. The case was brought to the US Supreme Court in October 1890. That's the case Jones versus the United States, where the men were found guilty and sentenced to execution. From 1865 to 1901, it is estimated that 1 million tons of guano were removed from the island. Navassa Island was abandoned again until the opening of the Panama Canal. In 1913, the US Congress provided funds to build a lighthouse on Navassa to safeguard the island due to an increased number of ships passing the area following the opening of the Panama Canal. A 46-meter tall lighthouse was built in 1917 on the southern side of the island. Since World War II, amateur radio operators have frequently used the island to broadcast. There have been several scientific explorations to the island by US universities. There is also a private claim that on the island by Californian businessman Bill Warren, who expressed an interest in the island in 1996. Although the island is uninhabited, Asian fishermen and others camp out on the island. There is no airstrip, and the island has no harbors. Navassa Island has an unofficial flag which was first hoisted on December 7, 2001. The flag was designed by Mr. Ari Wheeler. The island has 8 endemic species of reptiles. 4 of these prominent species are now classified as extinct. Thank you for joining me again, guys. I really do hope you found this video interesting or informative. If so, please give it a big thumbs up. And remember, you can subscribe to Elite Jamaica by clicking that red subscribe button. And also remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon so that you never miss any of my updates.